Okay, so hopefully y'all remember Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, okay? And the smallest side of the triangle is a. Okay, so a boat is being pulled into a dock with a rope attached to the boat at water level. Okay, when the boat is 15 feet from the dock, okay, so I know that here's the dock. I know that it's 15 feet boat to dock. The length of the rope from the boat to the dock is 1 foot longer than twice the height. Okay, so 1 foot longer, so that's this rope. 1 foot longer would be plus 1, then twice the height. So we'll say 2h plus 1 above the water. What is the length of the rope? So we know that this is our height. So h is our smallest side, so that's our a squared. H squared plus b is 15 equals c squared, which is this. So we need to factor that out. So this gives me h squared plus 225. If you type it in your calculator, 15, not 12, 15 squared is 225. And I'm going to bring this over here and double distribute. So 2h times 2h is 4h squared. 2h times 1 is positive 2h. 1 times 2h is 2h. And 1 times 1 is 1. Be careful, I've gotten a lot of people adding right here. Okay, these are like terms, so I get 4h squared plus 4h plus 1. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and move these two that way versus these three that way. It's just less to move. So I'm going to do minus h squared. Okay, and I'm going to do minus 225, which has no letter, so it comes all the way over here. And I get 0 equals 3h squared plus 4h, and then 1 minus 225 is negative 224. And now we can factor. Okay, so first things first, check for a GCF. 3 does not go into 4. So right away, 3 is prime, there's no other number, so that there's the no GCF. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to do my snowflake. A equals 3, B equals 4, C equals negative 224. A times C, so this is going to be a big old number. 3 times negative 224 is negative 672. And B is 4. AX, or AH, okay, and now I need to figure out what multiplies to give me negative 672 but adds to give me 4. So I know I'm going to have a negative and a positive. Okay, so knowing that, I'm just going to take 672, I'm going to start dividing. So I know, let's see, 4. 4 and 168 do not subtract to give me 4. 8 and 84 do not subtract to give me 4. Let's try a bigger number. 12 and 56 do not. 25, no, but look how they're close, so I'm not far. 28 and 24 do. Okay, so 28 is going to be positive, 24 negative. And then remember, we have to simplify. So 3 goes into both of those, so divide by 3, and I get h over 8 and negative. 3 does not go into 28, and 3 is prime, so that stays the same. So we get h minus 8 and 3h plus 28. We're going to set them both equal to 0, and we're going to, ooh, might help if you can see what I'm doing. and we're going to set them both equal to 0 and solve. So here I'm going to add 8, I get h equals 8. Here I'm going to subtract 28, 3h equals negative 28, divide by 3. I'm left with this fraction. Okay, well, first off, I cannot have a negative height, so I know we can ignore this. So I'm going to take my height is 8. 15 is already there, so 2 times 8 plus 1 is going to give me the length of my rope, which is what it's asking for. What is the length of the rope? So 2 times 8 plus 1 is 17. And this is all in feet. Okay, so let's look at number 2. Jane and Jim have walkie-talkies that have a range of 9 miles. Jane starts walking north at 3 miles per hour, and Jim starts walking west at 5 miles per hour. So, first off, never eat sour watermelon. Sorry about that. Okay, okay, first off, we were talking about north, south, east, and west. So it says that Jane starts walking, so we'll say they start here. Okay, Jane starts walking north at 3 miles per hour. And we're just going to say x for per hour. Okay, and Jim starts walking west, so west is to the left, at 5 miles per hour. Remember, every and per tells you where's your unknown. Okay, and then how many minutes can they continue walking and talking and still stay in contact with each other? Well, it says that they have a range of 9 miles. So as soon as they're outside of that 9-mile range, okay, so we know that this is going to be 9. So our smallest side is going to be 3. So ax squared plus b squared, not ax, sorry, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, so this ends up giving us 9x squared plus 25x squared equals 81. (25 plus 9 is 34. I'm going to go subtract 81 from both sides. Okay, I have no b term, and that's okay. But there's actually another way to solve this one, actually, instead of moving my 81. Because I don't have a b term, I don't have to factor, so we can leave it, and we can divide, and get x squared equals 81 over 34. How do you get rid of squared? You square root. So square root cancels squared. And we get x equals, well, let's do this in our calculator. 81 divide 34. That gives me 1 point, let's round to the nearest hundredth, 1.54. Okay, but I want you to realize that's per hour. So this is hours. Okay, and it says how many minutes, it's bolded for a reason. Okay, well, there's 60 minutes in an hour, so 1.54 times 60 is 92.4 minutes. So we'll say, we'll just say 92 minutes, we'll round. So we actually use those squiggly equal signs because we rounded, and then we multiplied by 60 to turn it into minutes. So the cool thing is we didn't have to factor because there was only x squared, there was no single x. Okay, look at number 3. A 75-foot tree cracked during a storm, and the top of the tree landed 15 feet from the base of the tree. Okay, so these are like the leaves, this is the crack. okay? And it says the top of the tree landed 15 feet from the base. So this is the base. This is the top of the tree. So this is 15 feet. Without breaking into two pieces. How far up from the base did the tree trunk crack? So this is what we don't know. This is our x. Okay? I do know that the whole tree, so this plus this is 75 foot. So I can go backwards. 75 minus the height we don't know would give me the remainder of the tree's height.
Good afternoon. Would Ivana Kittle
Okay, so knowing that, we have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. We don't know which side's the smallest, so I'm just going to say x squared plus 15 squared equals 75 minus x squared. So we did 15 squared earlier, so it's x squared plus 225 equals, let's see what this gives us. $75 times 75 is going to be a big old number. 5625 minus 75x minus 75x plus, because two negatives makes a positive, x squared. So negative 75 minus 75 is negative 150. So I get 5625 minus 150x plus x squared. I want you to realize this is positive because I'm going to flip it to order. So x squared minus 150x plus 5625. Now, this has an x squared and x, so we need to combine like terms. This actually cancels, and I'm left with negative 150x plus 5400. And so since the x squared's canceled, I can actually move this back over and divide because I don't have to factor, because I don't have a squared. So I'm going to add 150 to both sides. I get 150x equals 5400. Divide by 150. Divide by 150. And I get x equals 36. So it says how far up from the base of the trunk did the tree crack? So x is 36 feet. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, y'all are going to do number 1, 2, 5, and 8 for your graded practice. All of this is due end of period Friday. Make sure you turn it in to the sub on Friday after class. Y'all have a great day.